This is probably one of the few times I could say I am super fucking excited. We got filler coming. Oh god. It just start. Oh. Yo, what's up, guys? So today we have now been formally, it's actually been out for a few days, that we're finally getting a new opening for the One Piece anime, which seems to be taking place at the Dressrosa. And we're gonna get a filler arc in between Dressrosa and Zoe, which is spoilers for those who don't read the manga. And this filler arc is primarily focused on Bartholomew and Luffy, with a lot of tie-ins to Film Gold. Now, normally, no one fucking likes filler because filler sucks. But this is the one thing I've been asking for a while. The One Piece anime has been suffering a lot, specifically Dressrosa, has been suffering a lot from a lot of, because they don't take breaks. The anime don't take breaks. Oda's been consistently kind of taking breaks in between like every 1 or 2 chapters. So he doesn't put out chapters as weekly. It's more so like bi-weekly in some situations. The problem is that because Oda does this, it makes it easier and easier for the manga to catch up to the anime, which has gotten dangerously close over the last like year or so. And because the anime refuses to throw in a filler anywhere, what it's been doing is what it's always been doing, which is in canon filler. One Piece has always kind of been known for having like barely any filler arcs, and the ones that it does have don't last that long. And so the problem, has been is that I mean technically we had a filler before. We had a filler before Dressrosa. Yeah, we had a filler before Dressrosa that was focused on like Luffy, Chopper, and Law, and only lasted like 3 episodes, I think. And my whole thing is, and like we've had fillers, we've had New World fillers, but they don't last long enough to really even be justified as fillers. It's like, yeah, you shaved off about a week, 2 weeks, maybe like a month's worth of content, and then afterwards we went right back to canon, which, you know, for a person who wants to see canon is cool, but the fucking problem is, it's like, dude, the point of the filler for most shows is so the source material has the ability to put out way more shit, so the anime can kind of adapt it at a smooth pace. Unfortunately, One Piece refuses to do that, and instead decides to just give us a whole bunch of fucking canon, which is cool, but the problem is that it now resorts to in-canon filler, which makes all the canon episodes feel slow as fuck, which is what Dressrosa has severely been suffering from. And granted, Punk Hazard and Fishman Island weren't any better. Well, let me first that. Weren't insanely better, but were better because they were at least further away. As Dressrosa, it literally is not that far away. Like, literally, I think we're about to hit chapter... I think in the anime, it's about to come close to, like, chapter 800. And the manga is only on, like, chapter 828. Like, the manga is pretty... They're not that far from each other. And they need to get at least a good 50 chapters ahead. That would also imply that they're willing to have this filler extend itself for a while. And considering this ties into Film Gold, which I believe is already out in Japan. No, actually, Film Gold will be out in July 23rd. So at the best, this filler might last about a month. And I really hope they drag this. It's hard for me to really openly admit this, but like, one of the reasons why I haven't really been watching the One Piece anime is because they drag out the canon, and it's like, dude, the canon, first of all, Dressrosa has enough problems in itself, along with the anime having really inconsistent pacing and dragging all the fucking time. I would like Zoe, which is already an exposition-based arc anyway, to just be canon, just handle it the way it needs to handle it, and just fucking go straight into it. And Zoe isn't that long for those who aren't informed. I do not want them to ruin arcs with this pacing shit. Because Dressrosa is okay, I guess, by itself. That has a lot of annoying things about it that I don't care for. But the anime almost made it fucking unbearable because it dragged out every single gag and situation that happened in the manga. You know, like Bartholomew in the manga, I'm a huge fan of. I enjoy him. In the anime, he gets a little more tired way quicker because they run his jokes into the ground. That's the biggest problem with doing in-canon filler. The way you do in-canon filler is that you just drag out sections or you over-exaggerate sections in the middle of the canon, which makes a lot of the characters way worse than they were before. It's one of the reasons why the Usopp thing was offensive in the manga. In the anime, it's almost fucking intolerable because it's like, holy shit, stop it. And so my whole thing is like, I'm hoping. Now this is just a personal hope for me. And granted, I understand what this would mean for the anime. But at the same time, at least I would hope it would at least last about 2 to 3 months. If I wanted to be really stupid and selfish, I would say I wish it would last for like 6 months. I know it's not going, because think about it. You do 4 chapters in a year. You do 4 chapters per month. And you had to shave off a few of those for like Christmas and Thanksgiving and shit. And then on top of that, Oda already takes breaks like in between like every 1 to 2 chapters. I want at least the manga to be around 850 before we get back to canon in the anime, or else it's just gonna fuck up the damn anime again. And I feel like this filler isn't gonna last long enough. I'm happy we're getting filler because we fucking need it. One Piece is like one of the few animes I openly admit we need a fucking filler arc. Give me a full-blown filler arc. But the problem is that considering this filler ties in the film Gold, something tells me it's not going to be the full-blown filler arc that it needs to be. Something tells me it's only going to last all the way up until the fucking movie's release in Japan, and then it'll go right back to canon, which means, oh, cool, we got about 4 episodes, which really doesn't make any sense considering we've already seen, there's like 3 or 4 designs for characters. Like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of them, the 5th one is from Film Gold. I'm just sitting here going, One Piece needs to take a break, and they won't fucking take. And like, it's the problem Dragon Ball Z has, where the series is popular, so they won't let it chill out for a minute. It's like we can't lose the road we're on. I'm like, yeah, but you're gonna fucking burn it out way quicker than you need to. That's what I'm saying. Let the filler arc at least last like 2 months, because the anime is suffering so much from you dragging it out. And I'm like, Toei, from what I've seen, you fixed Sailor Moon Crystal's biggest problem, which was the fucked up animation. The anime actually looks relatively appealing now. The problem is, it's like in its 3rd season, and I just have no fucking interest in dealing with that shit. But I'm glad to see that they've at least learned from their problems and they're fixing it. One Piece, for a lot of fans of the anime at least, has gotten progressively worse throughout the seasons, purely because Toei doesn't know when to just fucking stop. Just fucking stop and also the fact that they keep switching animators. That's the other problem. Which, you know, granted, makes it for a variation. I mean, I don't mind the different animators. My biggest problem is the pacing. And the pacing suffers a lot because you won't just fucking stop. Just stop. Let the manga get ahead and then adapt it after it's at least a good 30 chapters or 40 chapters in front of you. Right now, it's maybe 20 chapters, something, maybe like 20-some chapters ahead of you. And some of you would say that's perfectly fine. Considering how Dressrosa's been like this for like the last, year, 2 years, shit's not fine. It needs like a bigger gap than that. It needs like at least another, like, it needs to be like 50 chapters ahead of the anime. Which is why I would like for the fucking filler to at least last. But I know how a lot of people are going to feel about that. I mean, think about it. We're also getting the new opening with the new filler. So the new opening is going to start on filler episodes. But realistically, considering how long some of the other openings, as far as the New World is concerned, lasted, I don't think it's a big deal to have the opening be on filler for a while. Actually, if you wanted to be fair, you could just have this opening be entirely based around the filler, and the filler just be fucking like 6 months. I would have no problem if the anime did a 6-month filler. Because One Piece usually has good fillers. That's the other problem. One Piece doesn't have like a lot of bad fillers. A lot of its fillers are either like harmless or fucking just whatever, or are like harmless or perfectly fine, except for the ones where they want to flashback everything. My guy in this lobby was a bitch because of that shit. If anyone remembers, remember when they jumped off the damn Tower of Justice and they were falling towards before, like right before in his lobby it really got started. Like he had already beat Bruno, and it was right after Robin said, "I want to live," and they jumped off the thing, and we went through like 3 or 4 filler episodes of like each crewmate going through their past. It was like a flashback montage. It's fucking terrible, but we need filler. Like One Piece is the series that needs it, and it does pretty consistent filler. Because One Piece has a lot of goofiness that can go with it, and considering the canon for Dressrosa is not necessarily the greatest for certain Straw Hats. I'm gonna just throw out Usopp, Frankie, and Robin specifically because Usopp bullshit ass characterization, Frankie's bullshit of a fight, and Robin's lack of a fucking fight. It would not hurt to do this, to drag this filler out for a little bit. At least give me 3 fucking months. I want to get back into the anime and enjoy it without having to worry about this fucking bullshit of, oh well, we're gonna get about a 5-minute fucking intro, about a 5-minute intro including a recap of the previous episode, maybe like 13 minutes. Also, you'll have about 6 minutes of in canon filler, and then you'll have another 13 minutes of actual new material. So by the time I'm finished, I've literally watched like less than half an episode. I feel like when we get to these later seasons, and when the dub gets to the later seasons, you got to put like a marathon feature, and the marathon feature is going to have to skip the fucking recaps. Skip the fucking recaps and skip like a third of the damn episode. Because my God, dude. I'm so fucking burnt out with that shit. But that's just my thoughts and opinions. But seriously, the One Piece anime needs this fucking filler, and I need this filler to last at least a decent amount of time. But what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comments section below. This has been your boy. So life's a game, play to win, and I will catch you guys later. Peace. Oh. Oh, 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 oh.